What's up everybody, it's me the Paleo Giant. I know y'all been patiently waiting for me to make another video. Today we're going to be making these delicious stuffed bell peppers. We're going to be making them two different ways. The first way is going to be made with beef, and that's probably my favorite way. But the second way is going to be made with turkey. The reason being is that some of my family members back home in Georgia, they cannot either eat beef or do not want to eat beef or red meat. So we're going to make these two different ways so that they can enjoy it. And then on top of the ground bell peppers, I'm going to put a creamy avocado sauce that's going to be absolutely to die for. And then on the side, we're going to have something that's my absolute favorite. It's jalapeno poppers. Now these jalapeno poppers are the paleo version, so they do not have cheese in it, but they do taste good either way. So without further ado, let's get it.
Starting out, what we're going to do is take these bell peppers, cut off the top, scrape out the seeds, and do the same thing with the jalapenos, but we're going to cut them lengthwise and then scrape out the seeds. So we're going to do this right here. Now this is my tried and true method of taking out the seeds of a bell pepper. Put fingers inside of the cells and I try to grab it out in one good pull. And then I'm going to scrape down the veins on the inside of the bell pepper. Now this part will make it bitter, so you want to make sure you do this. Now it should look just like this. Now if there is seeds on the inside, you can turn it over your bag or whatever container you have and spank the bottom of the bell pepper and the seeds will come out. Just like that. So just like our bell pepper is going to start off by cutting off the top of our jalapeno pepper. But then on this one we're going to cut down lengthwise. Be careful with your knife. And then we're going to take a spoon and scrape the inside and get all these seeds out. Now this will make, the seeds will make the jalapeno pepper or the popper spicy. So you can keep them in if you like the spiciness. But because my wife is going to be eating some of these, I normally just take out the seeds. Now as you can see, I am wearing gloves while I'm doing these jalapenos. I had a horrible incident where I didn't wear gloves one time and I went to the restroom afterwards. It was a bad day. Now if there's seeds still inside, turn it over, give it a nice tap, and it'll come right out. Now that we finished cutting all of our jalapeno peppers, we're going to take one slice of bacon per jalapeno pepper and cut it in half. And then we're going to stretch it as much as we can. I use thick cut bacon because it doesn't burn. Well, it can burn, but it doesn't burn as easily as thin sliced bacon. Now I take one end of the sliced bacon, wrap it around the jalapeno pepper, and try to end on the inside of the jalapeno pepper again. Now I place it on a baking sheet. Then you throw them in your preheated oven at 420 for 15 minutes, and every 3 to 5 minutes afterwards, you check on them. Now on to the stuffed bell peppers. We have our 1 pound of ground turkey with our 1 can of unsalted tomato paste, and we're gonna make our own sauce to go with our ground turkey and our ground beef to stuff into our bell peppers. I just feel like it's easier to know what we put in our own sauce rather than not know and feel guilty about it later. And I know you saw that I added some water into our tomato paste inside of our saucepan, and that is to thin it enough so that we can add it to our ground beef and our ground turkey. The key thing here is the consistency. You do not want it to be watery like a spaghetti sauce. You want it to have a little bit of thickness because the moisture from the bell pepper and the moisture from the meat is going to add a little bit more liquid to the inside of the bell pepper, and you don't want it to be a watery mess inside the bell pepper. Now if you never had ground turkey before, this is probably the best recipe to try it out with. You're going to go ahead and add your seasonings to your ground turkey. Now I know some of y'all are sitting there asking yourselves, why didn't the Paleo Giant season this sauce? Well, the reason why I didn't season my sauce is because the meat is going to have enough salt in it, so you do not want a stupendously salty sauce mixing with your meat that's already savory. My grandma would have smacked my hand for reaching in a pot while she was cooking, but this smells so good I had to taste it. Oh my gosh. This ground turkey is done. All I need to do is go ahead and add some of this tomato sauce. Now I put about half of the sauce inside of our ground turkey. We gotta leave the other half for our ground beef. And once we do that, we want to get this type of consistency inside of our ground turkey. This is perfect. Now we stuff them in our bell peppers and it should look something like this. Wow. Now we're gonna take our 1 pound of ground beef and we're gonna do it the exact same way as we did the ground turkey. We're talking medium-high heat with a little chopping to get it started. This is a completely lazy but effective way to put parchment paper inside of a tin or a container that you're gonna cook in. You ball it up, you open it back up, and then you just push it into the tin. And it works. Well, it works unless you're trying to present the stuffed bell peppers inside the tin. Now I would strongly recommend using scissors. Now we're just gonna stuff these with our beef with the tomato sauce, and we're gonna put these in the oven. These will stay in there at 420 for about 30 minutes. Once those go in the oven, we're gonna work on our creamy avocado sauce. This consists of frozen avocados, unflavored almond milk, a squirt of lime, a little bit of salt and pepper, and of course you gotta add a little bit of love. Then you're gonna want to blend that one more time and get a nice creamy consistency. It should look a little bit something like this. And look at this. Our jalapeno poppers are cooked perfectly. They're gonna have a nice sweet, spicy, and bacon flavor. We're gonna put a little bit of that creamy avocado sauce on there. A nice little drizzle.
And there we have it, our stuffed bell pepper with our creamy avocado sauce and our jalapeno poppers ready to eat. I don't know about y'all, but I'm about to eat.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way to watching my next video. And go ahead and go to www.thepaleogiant.com for exact measurements.